the secret is really just, the hard truth is that it's just consistency. That's the one lift that I've been 100% consistent with. I don't think I've ever missed more than a week in my life. And if I have, no, I've never. And then if I have missed like a few days, it's very few, you know? But, and that's since like sophomore year of high school. So how many years is that now? That's 1, 2...
Almost 4. You're going to your sophomore year of college.
And like there's people working out, benching for way longer than me. And they don't have those numbers. And definitely not
just
that.
say your numbers for the audience.
My best ratio was back when I was at like sub 165 pounds, benching 315.
Wow. That's almost double.
Almost double, yeah.
So double would be what, 320?
Yeah.
No, 330.
Yeah, I don't know. Like back then, I was also, that was while I was wrestling too.
Mm-hmm.
So my weight could have been like a little bit lower than that even.
Wow.
And like I'm tired all day, you know?
Yes.
Because I have practice for like 8 hours a week, and I'm also lifting other parts of my body too. So I'm like fucking tired as shit. And then yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I think the consistency thing is interesting because I couldn't say that same statement, right?
Yeah.
Even if I bench a lot, like during my program, I bench 4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
But then
really?
But then when I stop the program, I probably go 2 weeks without benching, right?
Mm.
For you, it's like this long-term consistency. Like it's like you didn't think about it like in the mindset of consistency. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of thought about it like I like benching, so even if I'm in this hotel room, I'm just gonna bench for fun. That's probably the mindset you're in because you almost never stopped, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, most people can't say that about anything.
The second thing is it's really progressive overload, bro. Like when I first started working out, I was kind of tricked into progressive overload.
Yeah.
It's because we have friends at Petty that
Yeah, I feel like your face
like,
is kind of cut off.
oh shit, let me get in here. But, like we have friends at Petty, and we're all competing with each other on the bench press, right? So every week we're comparing our fucking numbers and stuff. I need to get my number up. So every week I'm trying to add on those 5 pounds. You see, not everybody's like trying to compete with each other when they're going to the gym, but I was kind of tricked into adding weight onto my bench every time I benched.
Just to like get
just
ahead.
For the sake of it. Even I would put 5 pounds on even if I knew I wouldn't do it and I'd fail that lift. But I think always trying to progressively overload is really good for getting your number up if you're just talking about strength alone.
Isn't it easy to plateau though?
Yeah,
have you experienced that?
I've experienced a lot of plateaus. This spring I was stuck at 310, which is fucking sucks because it's just right under the 3 plates, right? It'd be so satisfying if I could go to the gym every time I hit 3 plates, but I was stuck there at 310 for like 2 or 3 months, bro. Like when you get close to like, I don't know, to the point where you can't really push that needle any further, it really sucks to get those last few pounds up. Yeah. That's because I was staying at the same weight. I think if you're bulking and you just eat more, like maybe your ratio won't go up, but your number will go up. Your total number will go up, so you can break that plateau.
Yeah, and that helps too, because when you cut down, you probably still have the muscle, so you can probably get a better ratio that way.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I feel like some people would disagree with it. I mean, like, obviously everyone agrees with progressive overload, right?
Yeah.
I just think that some people would say that constantly doing that and never deloading. Like, do you ever deload? Like, do you believe in deloads and stuff, or what?
By deload, you mean a week where?
Or just like every now and then dropping the weight you do, like not going to failure.
Well, I believe in training to failure.
Every time.
Okay, dude. I'm hearing stuff online that's saying like that's not good. I'm just saying what works for me, bro. I've been training to failure. I'm
curious what worked for you. Like, just tell me what you've done.
I think it's better to err on the side of training to failure than going light on the weights.
Okay.
I think if you run a scientific fucking experiment and training to failure every time isn't completely optimal, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think it's better to err on that side of going hard every time.
Because people otherwise pussy out and do too little?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think I filled my gas here last time.
Yeah.
I was here on Wednesday. I think I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about bodybuilding for a second, because for bodybuilding, I 100% agree. Because I think for bodybuilding, you should go to failure on everything.
Yeah. Because,
I mean, whether the science shows that or not, if you just do like 10 reps and you say, oh, I'm 2 reps away from failure, it's really likely that you weren't 2 reps away from failure. And I think that's why people, when they bodybuild, they train like pussies. Like, bodybuilding should suck, you know? Like, you should be going to failure and everything, and it should be hard. Powerlifting, I've heard opposite. You know, for powerlifting, people have told me that when they train like that, in the beginning they gain a lot of success because of newbie gains, but then they plateau hard, and then they have to deload before they can go back up. Right? That's the general consensus. That's what I've heard online. That's what I've seen for myself. But it seems in your case, you have hit plateaus before, sure, but ultimately you still believe in this mindset because over the long term, it's been successful for you. Your numbers have gone up with the consistency plus that you kind of break through plateaus. Like, what are you at now? 3 what?
You see, right now let me explain the deload thing. I don't deload in the way that, like, because I'm still kind of at a plateau right now.
Okay.
But I don't deload in the way where if I'm trying for a 1 rep max, like almost every week, like say my 1 rep max is 300, right? I'm not going to take a deload week and just go up to a 1 rep max of like 290 and call it a day. I feel like you're just pussying out if you're doing that. When I deload, I mean I drop the weight a lot and then I change up my style of training completely.
But you do it to failure still?
Yeah, I do it to failure still, but I'm not doing my 1 rep max to failure.
So it's still, I don't know if I called it a deload, but it is different training
It's
style.
like, you're changing your style, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So right now I'm working like the 285 range where I'm just repping that for like, usually like 4 to 5-ish takes me to failure. I do like two sets of my top set around 285.
Yeah.
That takes me to failure.
That's interesting. I respect the training method because it's badass. And, you know, I'll have these conversations for fun, but I don't think at the end of the day it matters that much how you train, you know?
Yeah, it's just going there every time.
I think a lot of beginners, like, compare, like, this exercise versus that exercise. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter that much, as long as they're not doing some pussy-ass shit, right? Like, at the end of the day, you did it and it worked, and, like, you bench a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure, there might be a more optimal way of doing it, but that's your style, you know, that's your art of doing it, and you've seen success that way, so I think it's totally fine to train that way. I mean, I like the idea of changing training styles, because I change training styles a lot, and it's a mix of a lot of different things based on my goals for that period, but kind of what I feel like doing, really. I like to follow what sounds fun. But I think there's so many different ways to train, and I like to try them all out and see how they feel, because you kind of shock your body in a way.
Definitely.
So I do like that aspect of it, but it's very intriguing to me that you, like, do you think you've ever hit a bench day where you haven't gone to failure?
Where I haven't gone to failure?
Ever?
No, yeah, for sure. I've done bench days where I haven't gone to failure, and then the next day I feel like a bitch because I'm not sore.
How often does that happen?
I think it doesn't happen anymore because...
Oh my god, fuck. This guy's gonna hate me.
Oh shit. You gotta take this turn?
Dude, that was very dangerous. Fuck.
Oh, this next one?
I gotta say sorry to this guy. Okay. Anyways, yeah, you feel it. So how often does that happen?
Like not anymore. I'm at the point where I know my...
There's a cop right here too.
Top weight.
God.
So many cops today.
I feel like New Jersey just has a lot of cops.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, in the last week, I've stopped fucking around. Like, I always drive speed limit now, wherever I am.
Yeah.
I also feel like I enjoy driving more when I drive slow now. That's a whole different tangent. Let's not get there right now.
Yeah.
Tell me about your bench stuff.
Bench. Oh yeah. So I think I know my max weight, 1 rep max weight now, down to like a couple pounds. Because there's times where I can't hit my max weight if I just put those safety clips on, you know.
Yeah.
So like I know what weight, even when it's just 1 rep, that'll take me to like the point where
you walk into the day, you
rep.
already know what you could probably hit.
I think it's like after I warm up, during the warm up set, I feel like, you know, how's it move and stuff. And
interesting. That's cool. But okay, like, when's the last time you didn't go to failure?
I don't remember. But yeah, I just go to failure every time on all my lifts, honestly.